show. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching live with LWL Lindsay with love, and today is Tuesday, Tuesday the 10th of June, 2025. I just need to fix these blinds ever so slightly. I think that's a little bit better. And if you are new here, I am here to raise the frequency of the planet by reminding you how energetically powerful you are. I came to this world to help people transform their lives. That's what my superpower is, because I can speak energy, I can feel energy, I know energy, and so that's what I teach people all around the world. All right, let's do the dang thing. We're going to release limiting beliefs. We're going to reprogram the subconscious mind. If you hang out with me long enough, you will succeed. I am a kind of like serial optimist in some strange way. I have tons of positive energy in my birth chart. And so, yeah, you can't have a bad day if you're hanging out with me. All right, VIP Deborah's in the house. Good morning, VIP Deborah. You guys, last night was wild. We're going to kick off the show just by you guys know, I always like to talk about the day before, whatever. So last night was just like one of those nights. I did not finish posting the horoscope videos until 10 p.m. 10 p.m. It took me all day to film 2, edit 2, and upload 2. My internet, my technology was just like not my friend yesterday. And of course I was pushing with human effort because I promised myself that I would finish them last night. And I was like, ah! And it was like, I don't know, 9:15. And I saw the video was uploading, it was like 70%. And then I I went out of the program on my phone for a second, and then it started at 1% again, and I was like, no! And I literally said to myself, if I can just be done by 9:30. And I basically manifested that, because it definitely went to 9:30, and then it was 9:45, and I was like, oh my gosh, just like, please. Like, at that point, I was like ready to just cry. Not really cry, but like I was just thinking to myself, like, what else is there to do at this point? But they're done. And I'm very proud of myself because they are done. And I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on my horoscope videos on YouTube. So I know we're hanging out on TikTok. I've got YouTube over here. And so if you haven't seen them yet, you might want to go to Lindsay, YouTube at I'm Lindsay with Love and check those out. Good morning, VIP Deborah. All right, it tells me to pin my goal, so I guess I'll do that. I'll listen. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Hold it at the top, breathe in a little more, letting it go out of the mouth. Good morning, Sarah on YouTube. All right, let's do the damn thing today, you guys. We're going to talk about energy, of course, as always. Is this new information? No. No, at this point, I don't really think there's like tons of new information. I think what it is that there is all information in the universe already, and it is up to us to either remember it or to enter that timeline where we're starting to learn it, right? And so for whatever reason, this morning, Bruce Lipton was on my YouTube feed like big time. He has all these like little 8-minute clips. And excuse me, if you don't know the story of Bruce, I want to make sure I tell the right story. VIP Deborah, thank you for this one. How pretty. Oh, with a little feather at the end. Bruce Lipton is actually quite, okay, yeah. Bruce Lipton has a really interesting story. He was like super scientist, like this is science. There's no such thing as energy. There's no such thing as spirituality. Who gives a shit about meditating? That type of scientist, which for me, I'm like, I don't know if I trust those types of scientists because they're missing out on a whole other world, right? And so he was that type of scientist until he ended up like in this very interesting series of events, teaching randomly at a school in Hawaii, I think it was, or maybe not Hawaii, some island country perhaps, I can't remember off the top of my head. He was kind of in burnout. He was just like, I'm here doing it. They were in a bit of a bind, and when he got there, it was like a medical class, and all the students had to pass some very specific exam for XYZ. And he got there and they were so defeated. They had already gone through like 3 professors or something crazy, and their mental state was so low. None of them thought that they were going to be able to pass. And he was like, holy shit, it's my duty as their professor to like lift them up, to inspire them, to get them going. And that's when he had this whole kind of spiritual awakening, and he realized the power of beliefs. And now I just love this man because not only is he a scientist, he's taking the biology of it, he's looking at the body, he's looking at the cells and the DNA and epigenetics and quantum physics. and he's also combining his spirituality with it. And I think that's where the power really lies, is like, let's take the scientific facts, let's take our own meditative experiences and what we know about our life experience, and then kind of combine them to figure out what the heck is going on. So today he's in my reality. He's been in my reality for a while. I read a really brilliant book by him called The Biology of Belief. This book is actually one of the books that I used to do the research that I've done about this money course that I'm finally launching literally in the next week or so. So if you're not on my email list, you might want to get on. I'm going to launch it. Day 1, it's going to be a very low price. Day 2, the price is going to rise. Day 3, the price is going to rise. And eventually it's going to land where it's going to stay. So I'm very excited to launch this. And this Biology of Belief book that he wrote is like huge on my research. So he's in my vortex, and today he was on my YouTube, and I was like, you know what? I have time to consume 8 minutes here, 8 minutes there of what Bruce has to say. I also had to wash my hair this morning because it's hair washing day. Well, I'm off on my schedule, but I had to wash my hair today, so I was just like moving and grooving this morning. But I still made it on time, technically 2 minutes late. Not bad. Okay, let me plug my phone in. It's gonna die. That's not good. Oh boy. 1 second, you guys. Oh man. Hold on. Sometimes you gotta go all the way under the desk. Beautiful, VIP Deborah says. Thank you for that. Okay. So if you're interested in this conversation, the book, The Biology of Belief, super powerful, super enlightening. But if you're somebody inside the Cosmic Collective, I've been teaching you this the whole time, and you know the power of your beliefs, right? You know that you're popping off in life because you're believing that you're popping off in life. All right, so let's open up my notes. I'm gonna get going here. For those of you that are interested in joining the Cosmic Collective because you're ready to change your reality, perhaps you want to do that today. Perhaps today is the day. For only $49 a month, life is good. Okay, so there's a couple of videos I watched, and I kind of like, some of them were like very like, yeah, we know. Some of them were like, okay, this is a new way of thinking about it. So I'm going to just share with you kind of the highlights of the ones that I watched. And by the way, he has a YouTube channel, Bruce Lipton. So if you're interested, you can go to his YouTube channel and check out these little videos. I didn't grab the titles of them, so my bad. One of them I know is the title is Money and Energy, and he created the video 13 years ago, and it's still so relevant today, which is what I love, right? The common denominator of this world, of this matrix, of us, of our beingness is energy. So if you were to how can I say it differently, you guys? If you were to learn energy, I'm not talking like this is a molecule and this is an atom. You don't need to know all that science jargon. You don't have to know it. If you were to just learn energy, how to speak energy, how to use energy correctly, you would blast off and win at life. You wouldn't need to know anything else because you'd be so tapped in energetically that you would be guided every single day. VIP Deborah says you could put one of those videos up for us for Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I was thinking that actually. That's funny that you mentioned that because I was thinking that. And tomorrow is Manifesting Club, you guys. Don't forget. Manifesting Club is tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you're interested in becoming a Manifesting Club member or dropping in, you can do that at lindsaywithlove.com, number 3. You can join the club. And if you got my email, you know that you can drop in for $22 rather than signing up for a membership. 2 to make it true, VIP Deborah says. Yep, exactly. Thanks for the confirmation. All right, so he says, Bruce Lipton says, this is him talking about manifesting. Now remember, he's a scientist. He's transformed himself. I would say, still considers himself a scientist, but more like a spiritual scientist, I guess. And so, oh, my nose is so tingly. I think this is allergies. And I just have not sat down and like made friends with whatever is in my nose and bugging me. So I'm going to do that today because I'm very tired of feeling the way I'm feeling, which is a little bit in disharmony. Okay, so Bruce says, focus on the end of your manifestation. Now he tells a funny story, and every single person listening probably has a story like this. You are manifesting, you know you're an energetic being, you're a spiritual being, and you have a story about manifesting. And I'm sure you have a story about how you manifested something, but you forgot like one small detail. And because you forgot that one small detail, the universe delivered, but the universe filled in the details for you. And so he tells this funny story about how he was going to some concert and he wanted some specific pink shirt that looked a certain way. And he was like, I wouldn't even know where to buy this shirt. I'm not really a fashion guy, but I just had this outfit in my head, which is just kind of cute to hear him talk about in general, because it's like this sciencey man is like, oh, I want this pink shirt for this concert. And so he's like, he goes to the store and he's like, he finds the exact shirt he's looking for. It has a specific color, it's exact like design, but he forgets to tell the universe that he wants it in the color pink. All he's thinking about is the style of the shirt. And so when he receives the shirt in the store, which he's amazed to find, he's like, holy shit, I actually manifested this. It's a gray shirt. And he's a little bit bummed out because it's like a Jimmy Buffett concert or something. And so, you know, it's very like Cheeseburger in Paradise vibes, where it's all like very like bright and bold and colorful. So he says right at the beginning of the gate, out of the gate of the show, he says, focus on the end and be very specific about what it is you want. He says, usually when something doesn't work out for us, from like a how we think it's going to happen, which is why we don't want to worry about how when it comes to manifesting, is because if we're worrying about how, what if there was like a way easier way, and we're actually making it really hard for ourselves, right? So he's like, don't worry about how. When things don't work out the way that you thought that they would, it's because there was an easier way or whatever, and the universe is trying to push you like in that direction, right? Push you in that direction. So he says we've got to stay aware, but like also like be open to the journey itself. And like a lot of coaches will say, or a lot of people that have like really like in society's terms become very successful, they all say the same thing, which is like the end goal is nice. It feels good to like achieve what you set out to achieve, but it's like the excitement of getting there that is like really what fuels most of them and like is the excitement of it all, right? So I think that's really beautiful, and it's just a good reminder. Maya the Rainbow, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the follow. VIP Jules is in the house. Good morning, Jules. He says, be conscious of what you're asking for, because if you don't fill in the details, the universe will for you. Now, he says universe, so that's what's in my notes. I say God, but it's not like the religious God that maybe a Catholic would talk about. It's my God. So God, source, universe, creator, love, whatever you want to call that energy is what you want to call it here. Whatever resonates most with you. So in my personal life, when I'm talking, I'm like, thank you, God, for blessing my life. I say God. Thank you, God, in my journal. I used to say universe because I was very conflicted about, once I had my spiritual awakening, there is God, the God that I was raised with, and then there's like this different energy, but they're actually all one and the same. You just got to get right with like what you want to call it, right? What you want to call it. So he says, be really mindful. He says, be specific. Be specific about the end result. For me, for example, the end result currently is, this is like the current end result. This isn't like the end. Obviously, the end is like when my body transitions. So I'm not thinking about that by any means. Jules, thank you for the swan. So pretty, VIP Jules, thank you. I love the little feather at the end. So my end result, for example, is like, my business is on like really strong, mostly autopilot, where I'm doing a few things here and there every single day, but like it's just flowing very nicely. The flywheel's spinning very fast and very quickly and very easily for me. And because of that, my partner does his thing at work, and he does what he has his goals to achieve and do, and then I do mine, and then I help kind of just like retire us like even stronger than it would be if it was just like him doing it, right? And from there, I get to buy him his yacht. It's an Azimuth, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful boat. Probably like a 52 or a 55, maybe a 50. I don't know. We'll have to see. And that is what I vision. And when I envision that, I don't just envision like me handing them the keys to the boat. I envision the boat. I envision like the sun deck of the boat. I envision me in like Missoni dresses, me in really nice like wedge summer heels from like Louboutin. Like I am envisioning, you guys. I have little bags with me. I have my straw hat with me. I'm lying on the boat in my bikini. My body is just perfect. And I'm typing emails sometimes. I'm reading. I'm drinking a green juice. Like like I'm there and I'm doing the damn thing. He's helping me off the boat and he's holding my hand, and my dress is flowing behind me because we're going to go to lunch out and about in the city, and it's a cobblestone city, so we're walking along and it's like super cute, and we're checking out the shops and we're just having fun. Pippi's with us. We're taking her on walks. She's floating around. Everybody loves her, right? It's very specific. Excuse me. It's very specific. Always thought of church God, but no. Yeah, you can have different gods. Like, just choose the one, right? It took me a whole month to change picture when I say God. Oh, it took me longer than that, so a month. You're doing great. We've got a flash goal. Who wants to play? Let's see. 7 gifters need to send a heart me to my live in 15 minutes. Well, let's see if we can do it. Why not? Let's give it a shot. Yes, VIP Jewel says. Okay, so what is your goal And are you confident? Are you confident enough to declare that out? Like, I just told you a whole picture of what I see my life being like, and it's like not, like, in some ways it's very different than the life I have now. Like, I'm not living on a boat right now, right? I'm not living on a yacht. Thank you, Jen. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here. Hey, from Australia, Melissa. Hey, Melissa. Welcome to the show. But I do have very nice clothes in my closet. I have some nice flowy dresses in my closet. I have beautiful shoes in my closet. The bags are already there. The straw hat is there. The luggage is there. My dog, like, I have a lot of the things that are ready. They just need to be taken from here and put onto the boat. So it's really not that far off, right? It's really not that far off. And quite frankly, you can buy a very nice yacht that has been like, that's a couple years old for cheaper than like most condos in a major city. So it's really not that far off. So be very mindful about like how much detail you're filling in. Now, is it my job to figure out how we get there? No. Like, I could win the lottery tomorrow and just like rake in the millions that we need and like we are tapped out. Boop, bye, right? I could. I don't think about that. I don't really even think about any of it. I kind of think about my business moving and grooving, but like in what way, I don't know, right? Right now I'm selling courses on how to heal yourself. I have the Cosmic Collective. We have the Manifesting Club going. I have a Reiki healing course to become a distant healer and Reiki master. If you're interested, I write astrology reports. But pretty soon I'm going to start interviewing really powerful spiritual people, and that might be the way that I blow up too. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm following my heart. I want a Benetti. Oh, okay. VIP Jewels, you know which one you want. Yeah, I don't know if I know that one. We were looking at like Princess, Azimuth. I just love the Azimuth. I just love the interior design of it. It's so sleek. The rounded corner. Oh, so beautiful. There was a time where we watched like yacht videos for like hours on end. Why? I don't know. We were just like hanging out. It's like back when we lived in LA, summertime, like we would go to the pool, we would come back from the pool and we were just like, you know, you're tired, you have a little bit of a sunburn, you feel good. So we would just snuggle up and just like watch yacht videos. And he's like, look at that one, look about that one. And I'd be like, oh, I don't like that one. Oh, I like that one. And we were just like putting them together. They have nice swimming pool decks. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I was like, okay, do we want like a hot tub in ours? Do we want whatever? We want it to be big enough that it's livable, and small enough that we can kind of captain it around on our own, especially like short trips. Now, if we were going to go to like a long trip, we would probably hire a captain. So there's that. Like maybe we need like 1 or 2 crew area or not. I don't know. The one we were looking at, I think, was like 3-bedroom, which is like amazing. All right, let's keep going. So he says, be conscious of what you're asking for. If you don't fill in the details, the universe is going to do it for you. God, source, universe, creator. So make sure, right? Make sure to fill in your details. Lady SXO says, I'm out of the rut, sold my house and moved to NYC. Now I don't know what to do with myself. You're in NYC, girl. Do anything you want with yourself. New York City is one of the most like do whatever you want type of cities there is. I love New York City. If you're looking, if you're feeling lost and you're looking for like guidance, energetic guidance, the Cosmic Collective is the fastest and easiest place to go. You get access to me 24/7 on Discord. You get spiritual lessons from me every single month. We are in the middle of a 6-month transformation where I'm giving astrology as well. Like I'm writing out astrology for the collective. And what else? We get group energy healing once a month and 2 spiritual chats live with me. So if you don't know what the heck you want to do with your life, maybe you just need some guidance. Or you could read a book or whatever. Like there's many ways to do it. You don't have to do it with me. But if you feel compelled, it's only $49 a month. It is very reasonable for everything that you get as soon as you walk in the door. It's like thousands of dollars of master classes. I'm thinking at this point, like maybe I just sell the master classes inside separate if people don't want to be inside of the community, and just like sell the crap out of them, because why not? Okay. Bruce says consciousness is creating our life experiences. He says quantum physics and epigenetics states we are creators. And I love that he said this in this video, because so many people are like, it's my genetics. And I'm like, no, it's not. Literally, no, it's not. Science has proven that your genes only account for like 30% control of your body, and you can program the rest. So don't let it be that like, it's your genetics. That's just such a lame excuse. Like, release this idea that your genetics is controlling your life. Your mind is controlling your life. Your thoughts are controlling your life. And quite frankly, your subconscious programming is really what's controlling your life, your subconscious mind. And that was programming from before you were born to 7. He talks about it in the video, which I love. And if you were programmed by somebody who hated their life, who had really negative experiences, lots of trauma, weird beliefs that are self-sabotaging and negative and limiting, he said, which 60% of our programmed beliefs are negative, self-sabotaging, and limiting. Up at 60% or more, they've proven. What the helly? Like, literally, what did our parents do to us? Like, dang. Like, you wanted me, right? You birthed me. Dang. No, I think I had a pretty good childhood. I don't feel like any like angst or like, you know, ill will against my parents. But you guys know that my mom programmed me to have limiting beliefs around money, and I busted through that shit. That's why I teach people how to do it too. So he says, consciousness is creating our life experiences. We think our life out. We think about our reality, and it creates. They say we manifest twice. First our thoughts, then our reality, right? We are making dreams come true in the Cosmic Collective. The Cosmic Collective is very powerful. Amen to that, you guys. I love that. Thank you both. Ooh, let me screenshot it per usual so I can share it with people. Oh, shoot. Sorry. The perks of being live. Sorry. I forgot my cord is like over the desk, not under the desk. Dear Lord. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going, you guys. He says, think of the picture. Let the universe get you there. He says, okay, so that was kind of that like first kind of beginning. He was just like so cute in the video because he was like, I finally believe in manifesting. He's like, for 40, 50 years, I fought this concept of manifesting. I fought it. And then finally I was like, well, maybe I should give it a shot, which I'm like, yeah, hello. Like, it literally does not hurt anything or anyone to like just try manifesting. And then people are like, oh my God, I manifested it. And I'm like, yeah, obviously you did, right? Is the coffee okay? Yeah, my coffee's okay. My coffee's okay, everything's okay. It's just that my cord is like right here and it's over my desk. Usually it's like behind, and I kind of forgot and I just like caught it with my computer, and then everything started almost crashing down. But don't worry, I saved it. Quick like that. Okay, so then he's talking about money and energy. This is a different video. He's talking about money and energy. This is from 13 years ago. And he's talking about how money is the equivalent of energy. So you can buy energy with cash, which I was like, okay, money is the equivalent of energy. You can buy energy with cash. Okay, if we're all energy, if the common denominator of everything in this universe is energy, then aren't we all just buying energy all the time? Like, I bought this cup and it's energy. My boss, back when I worked corporate, paid me, which means he bought my energy, right? They're buying my energy. Like literally, you buy everything that you buy is energy. And then money is energy, so then it's just like, well, energy is energy, and you're just like, it's just like a constant like dance of like, here's my energy, here's your energy, here's my energy, here's your energy, right? And so like a lot of like limiting beliefs around money is like this physical, tangible thing, and it's like, it's just like a vibe. It's just a vibe. Question, really, how do you manifest? I try, but I'm not sure I'm doing it right. Tina, manifesting for me, the only thing you really have to do is align your thoughts with your speech, with your heart, and your actions. That's all you have to do. I am manifesting buying my partner a yacht. I know that I can do it. I talk good about myself all the time. I talk about how I can do it. I'm not afraid of doing it. My heart is in it. I love my man so much. He is my soulmate. I can't wait to like help him create his best reality too. And every single day I am working in my business to expand it and grow it. And I know that as I continue to do that, my manifestation will come to life. That's it. You're welcome. No problem. You got to keep it simple because everyone wants to complicate it. This method, that method, da-da-da. Just like literally doesn't have to be that difficult. Most people forget to take action toward their dreams and goals, and then they wonder why their dreams and goals haven't come to life. And it's like, well, what have you been doing? Like literally, what have you been doing? So I would say, if anything, it's typically either a mental block, they don't think they can actually do it, or it's actions, like they're not taking the right actions. And by the way, it's not like human effort, like tons of human effort. It's the right actions toward that goal. Because you can be doing things all day and be very busy, but if you're busy doing the wrong work toward your goal, you're actually never going to reach your goal, right? So you've got to be mindful about that as well. Okay, so he says our cells rely on energy, right? And without energy, there is no life. So you basically have an energy budget that gives you life. Right? That makes sense. That's pretty easy to think about. Okay. By the way, Tina, if you want to join the Manifesting Club, the doors are still open. It's only $11 a month. And we manifest twice together, once under the full moon and once under the new moon. So tomorrow is new moon at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You might be interested in that, but you do have to join live to get your exact desire requested in. You have to be there and participate and help all of us manifest at the same time. And you can find out more at lindsaywithlove.com. Number 3 on my website, number 3. VIP Deborah says, think it, believe it, see it in your mind's eye, and it will come true. And take action. VIP Deborah, right? Take action. Don't forget that part. I know you take action, but don't forget that part. Manifesting together is my favorite. VIP Jewel says, yeah, it's so powerful. Okay, he says, ourselves, oh, blah, blah, blah. He says, in the body. Now, this was interesting. I hadn't heard this before. I mean, it makes sense, but I hadn't heard it like this science-y before. But of course, he's a scientist, right? A biologist at that. So he says, in the body, energy is in the form of coins called ATP. I didn't write down the science name for ATP, but you can go Google it if that's what you want to do. He says they're basically molecules of energy. And so scientists often call them, either call them the molecular unit of currency, or they call them the coin of the realm. The coin of the realm. Biologists are calling something in the body, a cell, a molecule in the body, the coin of the realm. If scientists are calling it the coin of the realm, but then they're not like spiritual, isn't that kind of like contradictory? Like when I think of the word realm, I think like very like universal spiritual type vibes. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So he goes on to say that these molecules, these ATP molecules, are like gallons of gas that are used to fuel our biological processes. So to stay alive, we need this ATP. So you can think about like there's an ATP account in your body right now. It's like your bank account, right? So then he goes on to say that 25% of our total energy in our entire body is used to operate our brain. Our brain. 25%. Says it's basically like the same rate of the muscles of a marathon runner. He says, so as we use our brain, we're using up the energy in this energy account, this bank account of energy in our body. So he says, now, if you think about it, if we keep going on this path, right, it's going somewhere. So the next step on the path, he says, is the way that we've been using our thoughts aren't productive. Sometimes, right? Sometimes our thoughts are not productive. We say negative shit to ourselves. That's not productive. That's just like wasting energy, wasting the money in the bank account. And he says, and sometimes the thoughts that we think are counterproductive because our thoughts create a reality that we then have to overcome. And I've never heard anybody say that like that. And I was like, holy shit, this is big time. Everyone says, oh, your thoughts create reality. Stop worrying. Stop being so afraid. Stop self-doubt, blah, blah, blah. You're going to create that. And it's like, well, yeah, that's true, right? If you have a negative belief and it's on autopilot 24/7, that's the reality you're creating 24/7. But the thing that you don't think about is once you create that reality, holy shit, now you've just created this really hard reality for yourself to overcome. Like, why are you doing that, right? And I was like, wow, that's super powerful. I live a very easy life. Don't be mad at me. I declared years ago that I would have a very easy life. I was like, I'm going to have a simple life. Not simple. It's simple in the sense that there's no chaos in my life. My partner and I don't argue. Sometimes we have to have disagreements about certain things and clear things up, miscommunications, whatever. But it's like a very calm relationship. All my friends are very calm. Where I live is very calm. Things are calm. And they're kind of simple in that way, right? And I can purchase things I need and I can go do what I want. But I decided that many years ago. So when people are like, oh, you're spoiled or this or that, and I'm like, okay, well, I just chose to have an easy life. Like, what did you choose? Don't come at me, right? Don't be mad at me. So when you start to think these negative thoughts, and then it creates your reality, now it's like a double whammy. So you're stuck in this negative thought, it creates a reality that you have to overcome, but you don't have the thoughts to overcome that reality. And that is why people get stuck in loops. We are not meant to live in a loop. We are meant to live in a spiral, right? So you've got to start to reprogram the negative thoughts to get yourself out of the loop. You're like creating your own hell, and then you have to overcome this hell. And it's like, when do you ever get to be the hero in your own story? Well, you get to become the hero when you start to think like the hero, right? Like my sore throat because I didn't want to talk to anybody. Did I say that? Oh, yeah. When I was home. Yeah, when I was home and we were, so that, interestingly enough, VIP Deborah, oh, I just have like a big frequency in my ear, up. Oh, that was like a strong one. That was like, ee! When I was home a while ago, that was for Thanksgiving. That was for Thanksgiving, and that was when my family and I were in really big tension. I shared that with you guys. Like we finally broke out of that weird moment, and but at that time we were in really big tension. Like I wasn't talking with my brother or my sister-in-law, which made it really uncomfortable for my nieces, and they're little, and it was just really awful. And yeah, I made myself super sick because I was like, I'm just not going to talk. And so I think like, yeah, that's exactly it. Like I created my own reality to overcome when I could have just said like, I could have said something like, I'm going to observe versus like, I don't want to talk. Right. And I wouldn't have had to go through that really, really, really bad sore throat had I just changed my thought, had I just changed my words around it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That was like such a wild time. And I'm so glad that we're like past that. My gosh. I love my brother, I love my sister-in-law, and I adore my nieces. So it was just really freaking hard. That was a hard moment in life. Okay, so what are you thinking? And is it creating a reality that now you have to overcome? And then I would ask you, why do you feel like you have always got to overcome something? I have people in my life that I know that they always feel like they have to prove themselves. They have to overcome something to like be worthy of, to be deserving of. And I'm like, why? Like you do not have to go through hardship to have a very simple and easy and happy life. You don't have to. You can just declare it out today that you have an easy life. It's simple, it's abundant, it's happy, it's healthy. Decide it today and tell yourself every single day, over and over and over and over and over again until it happens for you. But a lot of people are programmed to like, you have got to work hard in order to deserve XYZ. You have got to do XYZ and like really toil away and be so exhausted every day in order to be deserving of the money that you have in your bank account. Like that's not true. It's not true. It's a weird limiting belief. It's a program that's not correct. Right? VIP Deborah says, I realized the other day my life is in flow state. Very simple, but yet everything I want. Yep, super beautiful. I'm so proud of you. That is you putting in effort toward learning and honoring your energy. So congratulations, because most people wouldn't take the time to do it, and you did. And look where it's gotten you, into a very empowered state where you can manifest anything. So he says, we need to become aware of our thoughts because they represent units of energy. It's the same as if you were to start giving your money away to like random people on the street, right? So think about it like this. You have a bank account of energy, just like you have a bank account, and like, let's use checkbooks, like the idea of a checkbook, simply because it's easy to kind of visualize. And so you decide, like, you're walking down the street and you're like, hey girl, on the street, here's $100. And then the next person you come up, you're like, hey, here's $20. And you're writing checks and you're writing checks. This is you every time you think a thought. You're expending energy, you're giving away your energy, right? So are you giving your energy away to things that you can change, things that are actually worth it, things you can invest in? Or are you just writing checks to everybody? Everybody can have my energy, right? No, not everybody can have my energy. I block like 10 people a day on TikTok at least. If you're gonna be rude to me on my TikTok, on information I'm putting out that I've studied and learned for your benefit, I'm blocking you. Because you are not privy to my energy. You got to protect your peace, and you can't just give it all away for free, right? Now, I don't mean give it all away for free in like a knowledge sense and like helping other people. I mean give it all away for free like you're going to fight with somebody. You're going to fight with somebody over something so stupid, and by the end of the fight, nothing has changed. It's not like it's not like you've like changed the world in some spectacular way. It's like the people that argue a lot about politics. And I'm like, you guys both realize you're arguing the same side of a different coin. You're arguing the different side of the same coin, right? You realize that, right? And like, you're just exuding energy and pissing yourself off and hurting other people. And it's not getting anywhere. It's just so stupid. So anyway, I think about that a lot in politics because people are always arguing. It's like, you're saying the same shit. You just can't agree that you're saying the same thing. Anyway. VIP Deborah says, I will give my energy who is deserving of it. Amen to that. No, yeah, okay, yeah. Peace, love dogs, 111. Welcome back to the show. I have a friend in particular I had to let go because she is addicted to the drama. I live a calm life like you. Yep, exactly. I had to let go of a friend that was like very like stagnant. Nothing ever changed in her life. And I was like, she wanted better, but like she was always accepting like the same thing. And I was like, you got to like, and it just is what it is. VIP Deborah says, it's like I used to say, I'm not going to waste my breath. Well, now I'm not going to waste my energy. Amen to that. Agreed. So how does it change? Lucifer. I don't know. I don't really like that. Okay, anyway. Agreed. So how does it change? It changes when people raise their awareness and realize that by arguing it doesn't really get anywhere, but it also changes when they stop pitting ourselves against each other, when people open up their minds to the fact that it's mostly all fake shit anyway. It's just entertainment on a world stage. I mean, most people watch the news as a form of entertainment, but they like actually absorb it as truth, which is like crazy. To me, I would turn on the news. It's like if I were to buy a video that Hollywood came out with on Fandango. Like, that's how I view the news. But most people are like, this is real. And I'm like, I don't know. VIP Jamie says, I had to tell my mom this a million times. I don't care if it's family. I put energy into those who put energy into me. And it's a respect thing, right? VIP Jewel says, exactly. I told Logan yesterday, my daughter, that she needs to learn how much her energy is worth. Yeah. Well, rather than telling her, VIP Jules, maybe you start to show her, right? Remind her. Like, just say things like, you're so worthy. You're so deserving. I'm so proud of you. Things like that. I don't have the answers for how the world changes. I do have an answer for how I can impact other people's lives. And that is by reminding them how powerful they are. Because I think a lot of people, because of the propaganda, because of like the pitting against each other, Democrat, Republican, I'm not going politics because I don't believe in politics. I think it's all ridiculous. I don't care what side you choose. I think it's ridiculous. But the second that you stop deciding that you hate somebody simply because of a label that they've chosen for themselves is the time we start to change. Really, honestly. Like one day I could say I'm this, and the next day I could say I'm this, and one day I would have like a world of people hating me here, and the next day I would have a world of people hating me here. And here I am, just a human spiritual being living on and existing on this planet, right? So to have such hatred in your heart just based on a label somebody's chosen for themselves, to me is quite ridiculous. I just can't, I don't buy into that. That's total propaganda. And that's just to keep us fighting. Because when you live in a fear state, when you live in a state of constant fighting, guess what? You have no energy. And guess what we just talked about? How powerful your energy really is. So the second that you reclaim your energy, take your energy back, is the day that you change your entire reality. That's what I did for myself, and that's what you can do too. Dana says, how do you get out of the loop? I feel like I was slowing down. We all got sick, and now I feel stuck. Release the idea that you're sick. Tell God, Source, Universe, Creator that you require your cells vibrating in perfect harmony now, immediately. Allow that to, allow your body to readjust energetically, and release the idea that you feel stuck. There's some sort of action you can take, Dana, to get yourself out of the loop. And it's probably just something that you maybe just aren't doing because you are unsure how, or you don't want to, or it seems too hard, or whatever. And to get out of a loop, all you have to do is take a new action. Make a new choice, take a new action for any loop, any single one. Via Vigil says, I fill her cup as much as I can. She's still learning how to use energy though. Yeah, she's probably young. How old is she? I can't remember. Again, politics is the lowest vibration topic on earth. Yeah, that's why I never talk about it. People are like, did you see this on the news? I'm like, no, I have not watched the news since like when I was little growing up. And then when I first met my partner, he would watch the news for like 6 hours a day. He was like addicted to it. And I was like, you want to go out? Like, you want to go to you want to do something? Like, what do we do? Like, what is this? I was like, I never watch the news. He's like, why? I'm like, because it's fake. It's bullshit. Like, why would you fill your brain? Literally, have you ever watched a news station and it's like, oh my gosh, today was the best day ever because everybody was getting along in our community and we had this fundraiser and we all had so much fun? No, the news is always like, so-and-so got M-word there and so-and-so did this and these people are going to prison. Like, ew, I don't want to fill my brain with that. I do not care. Like, I literally don't care. There has to be everything that exists in this reality because everybody has their own karma, but everybody gets to make their own choice. I don't care what your programming is. Now you know that you're programmed, so choose a different choice, right? Make a different choice. The second that you know that you are programmed would be the second that you should start to discover what your programs really are. Because how will you ever change your life if you don't ever change your programming? And if you know that you're programmed and you're not doing shit about it and you hate your life, then like that's on you, right? That's on you. That's a you thing. And what do you want, you know, what do we got to do? Almost 20. Ooh, Jules, I love that. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. Wow. So amazing. VIP Jamie says we have Trump flags and rainbow lights. Hippie meets Republican meets also gay. Surprise! Yeah, what a concept, right? Love is love. Love is love. I'm not mad at anybody. I can see every angle of every story. I can see how somebody sees it this way and somebody sees it that way and another person sees it that way. I don't have the answer. All I know is when we stop hating each other for the labels they have, that's when we can really start to see some change in the world. Stop like tearing people down for the way their faces look on the internet, for their bodies. Like, come on. We are living in 2025. It's embarrassing. Like, I kind of feel sometimes embarrassed when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a human being. And I'm like, no, I'm a spiritual being of the universe. I don't really associate with being a human being. Now, I get that I'm a human being, but like, from an energetic perspective, I do not associate with like human beings. Just don't really. Is that weird? That's why in the Cosmic Collective, all of you are spiritual. You came in spiritually. You were like, I don't really know what I'm doing in here. Maybe I feel lost. Maybe I need help, whatever. Maybe Lindsay can help me. But you came in because you resonate with the idea that like you've risen kind of energetically above this like very human experience. You don't have to play in that realm, in this kind of 3D matrix. Earth Angel, unexpected. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the show. I'm an Earth Angel too. I totally believe that. VIP Jamie says nothing matters. Just be nice. I mean, seriously. Like, go live your life. This is always my life motto. Go live your best life. As long as you are not intentionally hurting anybody in the process. I will never intentionally hurt anybody, ever. Like, that is my, that's my biggest thing. And so if I go do that and I live my best life and somebody hates me because I'm living my best life, like, what? Literally what? That's so weird. That's weird. VIP Jewel says to VIP Jamie, my coffee mug today literally says on it, be a nice human. All right, so the next thing he talks about, he says is, if you start investing in fear, worry, etc., you're using your energy to have these thoughts, and then these thoughts create your reality, which then creates more energy, and then the thoughts keep going, and then you are, stuck in a loop. You can stick yourself in a loop, but you can also like, you know how like hamsters, they have the wheel, and like sometimes they go on the wheel and they're running on the wheel, or I think cats have these too. And then when they're tired of being on that wheel, they just get off. Like, just pretend you're a hamster and just choose to get off. But most people, like, there's like the mental fortitude is not there yet. And so there's like a lot of cultivating of the mental strength, right? Cultivating your mental strength. Critically thinking for yourself. Choosing how to use the energy of your brain and your mind. So he quotes Bhagavan Das and he says, worrying is praying for something you don't want. And I was like, okay. I've never worried. I've never been a worrier. My dad was very like happy-go-lucky kind of guy too. We share the same birthday, so we share a lot of the same energy. R.I.P. to my dad. And my mom worries for everything. And I'm like, Mom, stop. That is like, what? I was like, you know, you're making up fake scenarios in your mind. Like, why? Like, your mind must be so bored it has something to do, and so that's what you're going to choose to do with it. Like, go paint a picture. Go do a puzzle, like anything. Put on some nice music. Hi, my life motto is my blood type. Be positive. Lisa's like, that's so cute, 777. I love your name. Welcome to the show. That's cute. Be positive. VIP Jamie says, yes, it's crazy. Imagine hating me and I'm just making my dogs learn TikTok dances with me. Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate anybody. I really don't. I don't have time for it. I know that if I hate somebody, that means I hate a part of myself. And if I hate a part of myself, I can't manifest as fast and easily as I want. And from a very selfish perspective, I guess, if you want to call it that, I want to manifest my best life. I don't want an average life. I don't want mediocre. I'm better than that. So you can choose to be better than that too. He says, become energetically frugal with your energy. Become frugal with your energy, like your bank account. Like, really choose how to invest your money. He says, everything you do in your life, you put out energy for. And if you're putting energy into things that you cannot change in this world, or things that are super low vibe, it's the same as writing a check and throwing the money away. Like writing a check and throwing it in the garbage, basically. Because you get nothing back from it. You get nothing back from it. That's why when people want, like, I can tell people are coming at me in my comments sometimes. Today, a lady was like, that's not right for Leo on one of my videos. And at first I was gonna say, like, do you care to elaborate, or you're just trying to fight with me? Like, also, if you don't believe that that's right, then go put out your own damn videos about astrology. I don't care. But don't come to my page and be rude to me. And at first I was gonna reply to her and kind of have a nice conversation, but energetically I just know that the way the sentence was written, I'm like, nope, block. You're out. You're just out. Talking to somebody like that is not going to change anything. And by the way, astrology is one of the most beautiful awareness tools. It's kind of like psychology mixed with astronomy, right? Thank you for that, VIP Catherine. And it is up to you to kind of understand the vibrations and frequency of. So it's very like open to, what am I trying to say, guys? It's like open to discussion. That's not what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm saying. It's like open to interpretation, right? So the way I interpret astrology is from the highest vibration. Other people like to interpret astrology very low vibration. Why would you do that? You're putting negative ideas into somebody else's mind. Hello? No, I'm not doing that. F that, honestly. So don't come at me when I'm super positive. What, you want me to tell you a bad horoscope? Is that what you want? No. Interpretation. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Lisa's Light. Yeah, interpretation. Thank you, VIP Jules. You guys can read my mind. I love your videos. I study astrology too. Thank you for that, Lisa's Light. Typical Leo, kidding, LOL. It's too much energy it's too much energy to hate someone. Yeah, it is too much energy to hate someone. It's a waste. VIP Jamie says to Lisa's Light, follow her on YouTube. It's like total breakdowns of the charts. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, I want to put a story today, and they say like extended forecaster on YouTube. Go follow me there. Subscribe to my channel. I'm very close to being monetized, you guys. Help a girl out. VIP Deborah says to Tony, I miss you, girl. Aw, you guys are so sweet. I miss you guys too. We'll be inside Discord today. Discord was kind of quiet yesterday. You guys must have been busy. I was being productive. Okay, so the final thing is that this is what he says. He says you can keep an energy checkbook, which I was like, well, that's a really cool idea. Now, most people, depending on how old you are, you don't even know what a checkbook is. Maybe, I don't know if they still teach it. But you know, a checkbook, and you balance the checkbook and you write the checks. So he says, keep an energy checkbook where you have to, now this is like pretend, but maybe you want to if you want to really go for it tangibly, where you have to write a check every time you think a thought. Ooh, that's going to turn you so aware, right? Because if you have to write a check every time you think a certain thought, then the question really becomes, is this thought going to enhance my life? Do I really want to write this check? Do I really want to type that rude ass comment to a stranger on the internet today? Do I really want to flip the person off that cut me off on the freeway? The answer is no, because you don't know the crazy person that's driving in front of you, and you don't know what they have in their car or what they're capable of doing. So no, right? But like, do you really want to be the reason somebody has a shitty day? I never do. I'm like, geez, I want to leave everybody better than when I met them. Whether it's coming in contact with somebody new online, whether that's people inside the Cosmic Collective, my beautiful members inside, whether that's somebody that's buying a course from me, buying an astrology report from me, I want to remind them how powerful they are, how beautiful they are, how perfect they are in their specific energy. That's what I hope. So don't be the person that ruins somebody else's day. That's just wild. Especially like customer service people. I feel bad for those people. Jeez. I was watching, like we were watching a little bit of a live stream with like the protests in LA downtown. I felt bad for the police that were just standing there getting screamed at, like, right, because the police are the ones. They're just getting told what to do by somebody else, right? And that's their livelihood. I don't know, the world is crazy. I'm just gonna shine my light as bright as I can. Sometimes I'll attract some weird bugs, but then I'll just say, go away, go away. Bax, good morning, Bax. Ruining someone's day on purpose is so cringe. Yes, it is. It is cringe. Thank you for the flowers, VIP Deborah. VIP Jewel says, I never understood why astrology didn't match my sign, but I think it was due to its negativity, because you are always spot on. VIP Jamie says, I had a meeting with my bosses. I'll drop the update in the Cosmic Collective. I was thinking about you, Jamie. I was like, please, I hope everything goes perfect and goes well, and maybe it was a miscommunication, whatever. I'm not going to talk about it because it's not anyone else's business, but yours, and if you want to share in the Cosmic Collective. But I was thinking about you, sending you so good vibes, like the best vibes. Yeah, thank you for that, VIP Jules, because a lot of astrologers, the excitement around people for astrology when you're just getting into it is very ego driven. People want to know about themselves, right? And if you are somebody that is kind of like understanding psychology in the background as an astrologer, you might know that people are in the middle of really awful breakups. And so it's like, oh, don't send your toxic ex the text, right? And that's going to get a shit ton of views. But that's very like ego to ego. The astrologer is doing it to get a lot of views, and the other person is replying because their ego is like associating with it. Like, I'm trying my best always, and I do add a lot of excitement to it because I'm very passionate about it. So it sounds very exciting when I talk about it because I am very excited about it, but I'm trying my best to bring it to the highest level. Like, this is what you can do with this energetic potential in the sky if you were to just believe that it's in the sky for you and take action, right? So Jen says, oh my gosh, I love the bug analogy. So true. I know, right? It's like if you think about like any time you're outside, especially if you live in like the country, the South, where there's a lot of bugs, it's like you're near a light and it's like there's all the bugs are on the light, right? It's warm. For whatever reason, they're like, ugh. Sometimes you're going to get a weird bug. Not all the time, but then sometimes you just have to zap it. Dana says, I did what you said and I instantly felt a change in my energy. Thank you so much. You got it, girl. Go on. Negativity attracts negativity. Yep. 15K. VIP Deborah says, thank you for the likes, you guys. I appreciate you all. 43,000 followers on TikTok. 43,000 people that are interested in learning, speaking energy, becoming a better version of themselves, increasing their vibration. I'm going to start posting more content around like chakras, energy healing, things like that as well. Oh, thank you for the crown. Thank you for the crown, VIP Jamie. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about, we're going to go a little bit over today. Sorry for that, but just FYI. The last thing he talks about is interesting. This is an interesting way of viewing your cells in your body, okay? So if the mind rules everything, we've got to take it all the way to the energy and figure out like what is actually happening here. He says, the cells are like citizens in your body, okay? The cells are like the citizens in your body, and they form a community. But they're governed by but there's a government, he says, that controls the fate of this community of cells. He says, and that government is your mind. And I thought, that's an interesting way of talking about it. The video starts off, it's like an homage to 1984 George Orwell, and I can't even read that book, you guys. Like, I got like a third of the way into it, and I was so creeped out by that book that I was like, oh my gosh, I had to put it down. I can't read it. But anyway, it's kind of dark, this video at first, and then he starts talking about the energy of, right, the body. So he says, your mind is the government, okay? Not the government, the government. By the way, we wouldn't even need laws if everybody just lived in their highest vibration. Do you guys realize that? Like, laws are kind of like, I'm like a lawless citizen because like I am in a state of like living out of the energy of love, which means I don't break laws, which means I don't require laws around me. Do you guys ever think about that? Like, we don't really need, like, if everyone just acted appropriately, we wouldn't need laws. So there's always somebody that's got to be a little crazy, I guess. All right, VIP Deborah says, spending time with my family today for my daughter's graduation. Definitely needed to hear this. Well, congratulations to your daughter, and shield your energy if there's like family, you know, if you need to. If we could all just love each other, amen to that. VIP Jamie says, oh, I want to start reading how to open the Akashic Records, but I can't focus right now. Okay, well, maybe try reading them later. Maybe like read it, maybe ground yourself first. Or just allow it to be a want, and then when you feel propelled, go do it. Compelled. Sarah says, yes, anarchy is just self-governance. Amen to that. Yeah, I don't need rules. I live by a high moral standard, and I'm good. Like, I don't need anybody telling me like what I can and can't do in my life. Okay, so he says that this government is your mind, and he says we've got to understand the two parts of the mind that he talks about. Now, there's a super conscious, but he didn't get into that. This video is a couple of years old. He says the conscious mind that is connected to our spirituality, this is the mind and this is a part of us that has wishes and dreams that we want to fulfill in this like reality, this lifetime. And then he says, and then there's the subconscious mind, which once again was programmed before you were born to age 7. Before you were born. Now, if I think about this and then I think about people that had kids at like a very young age, like, damn, right? If you had a kid when you were like 16, 17, 18, and this is no shame, this is no shame, this is just a conversation, an awareness conversation. It's like when you're 15, 16, that age, you're not like thinking about programming your child, right? You're having fun, maybe you're getting good grades or not, like whatever. So like it makes sense how these loops begin and how these like generations of energies continue on. It really does. So he says the subconscious mind, once again, programmed before you were born to age 7 from parents and other authority figures. And then once again, 60% or more of this programming that's already been proven is self-sabotaging and negative and limiting beliefs. I'm so close, you guys, to launching this money course. So please get on my email list if you want in at the very cheapest price ever. It's probably going to launch, I would say, in the next few days. I'm so close. And I've been saying I'm so close, and I was going to be finished by the end of May, but then my whole family came to visit me, and that was a whole thing. I have Libra stellium. I have a Libra stellium regarding laws. Is your Libra stellium in the 9th house by chance? So he basically says with this poor programming, it's no wonder that your cells become diseased. You have a negative government, which we all feel that in some way, right? Like no matter what side of the fence you're on, like it doesn't feel good. I didn't feel great. If I were to really pay attention to the government, I didn't feel great 10 years ago. I don't feel great now. Didn't feel great 2 years ago, 15 years ago, if I was really paying attention to it all. That's why I don't pay attention, because it doesn't govern me. My mind governs me. And I'm a powerful, energetic being. Very. 11th house. Ooh, interesting. Right? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, kind of like humanitarian efforts, philanthropic thoughts, that kind of thing. So once you have this poor programming, your cells become diseased. So the beautiful part is if you know the poor programming is the reason your cells are diseased, you switch to programming, you become healthy, whole, and all the beautiful things again. Hello, CJ Dizo. Is that how you say your name? All right, if you enjoyed this conversation, I go live Monday through Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click up here, follow me. If you want to be in my vortex, if you want to learn from me, the fastest, easiest way, and where you get most of my energy, not 24/7, that's unrealistic, but like a good amount of my energy, maybe like 18/7, 12/7. How long are we awake in the day? 16/7. Join the Cosmic Collective. If you are ready to learn yourself from your highest vibration, get your astrology report. I have one that I'm working on, technically two. Melissa, if you're here, VIP Melissa, you are so powerful. I'm working on your report right now. I love it. And yeah, take control of your life. Stop letting other people tell you what to do, how to do it, how to look, if you're pretty or not, if you're smart or not. Like, F that, honestly. You're way more powerful than that. You don't have to listen to people that are trying to drag you down. Lisa, I do Placidus when I do my reports because a lot of people, it's interesting. Almost all my reports that come to me, clients, are intercepted signs. And I'm an intercepted sign, so it makes sense that people are interested, I think, in the way that I speak astrology. So yeah, from a report perspective, I do Placidus. From a YouTube video perspective, I use whole because obviously it's much easier to, like, I don't know how else I would do it otherwise. Oh, Lindsay, calm down. So if you're interested in any of those things, hang out with me. If you want to join the Manifesting Club, today is literally the last day before we manifest tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do have to show up live on Zoom. That's part of the deal. The club is a club and we're powerful because of the energies that join every single time. So there's a drop-in option for $22, or you can sign up for $11 a month, and we manifest twice. So it's like literally cheaper than going to Starbucks. If you still are somebody who goes to Starbucks, I gave up Starbucks. Come glow with us, VIP Jewel says. If you want that option to drop in, you'll have to be on my email list. So go to my website, go to the bottom, get a free frequency guide, get on my email list so I can send you the email that has the drop-in information. All right, you guys, let's get manifesting together, and then let's get on the energetic wave. This was a great conversation today because tomorrow the full moon is in Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the energy of expansion, abundance. Sagittarius is the energy of your life philosophies. What are you believing that's creating your reality? And if it's something that's creating some bullshit reality, then you've got to stop believing it. And so this full moon is going to help you release those ideas from your mind. So there you go, a little sneak peek for you. For you. All right, let's go. My moon sign too. Let's go, VIP Jewels. Oh my gosh, there's like shedding everywhere. There's just hair everywhere. All right, get your journals out, get your notebooks out, you guys, please. I'm not the boss of you, so you don't have to. Do it now. Just kidding. JK. After this, I'm gonna meditate and become friends with whatever is doing this to me. It's weird because last year I didn't have any like issues with any allergies here in the South, but it seems like maybe they planted something new or something. Yes, meditating tomorrow as a Sagittarius rising. Ooh, I love that. I love that for you, Lisa. Let's go. All right, this is Dr. James Doty. Beck says, I'm going to go on a deep dive to understand astrology. All right, Bex, do the dang thing. The smoke from Canada is coming down. It's got me too. Yeah, but like all the way down here, South Carolina? I don't know. I don't know. Bex, just as an FYI to learn astrology, anybody can do it. It's like learning a new language. Start with the glyphs. Start with understanding the specific vibrations of the planets, the houses, and the signs. Once you have that, you can start to kind of frequency vibe them together. Yeah, that smoke can travel all the way down, really. How long has it been? I don't watch the news, you guys. Like, how long has this been? Because it's been like 5 days now, and I'm like over it. I'm like, geez, like what's happening here? VIP Deborah says, asked the other day, it was clear down to the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Really? Oh my gosh. Okay, good to know. So maybe it's that. I'm very sensitive, you guys. Like, you guys know, I'm very sensitive. So any little switch in energy, I'm like, what's happening here? That's a Sahara dust front too. A week. Oh my gosh, that's perfectly aligned. Okay, thanks for letting me know, you guys. All right, step one, Dr. James Doty. He's a neurosurgeon. So look at all this science we're talking today. I love it. Dr. James Doty, he was talking to Mel Robbins. He's a neurosurgeon. He says that he has proven that the body changes biological states. Energy leaves the sympathetic nervous system. It enters into the parasympathetic nervous system when we are in the frequency of manifesting. In very simple terms, we leave the state of fear, we get rid of fight or flight or freeze or fawn or whatever, and we move into the energy of love. Doesn't that just make sense? All right, 18K, thank you guys for all the likes. So step one, Dr. James Doty says of his manifesting formula is to write down what it is you desire. I'm asking you to add in your 5 senses because in step 4, Dr. James Doty says that we visualize. And I say, no, we act out a scene. And if you know what you're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, when you're writing it down, you know how to enter into that scene and become a very good actor or actress, okay? So I vividly see, what do you see? I vividly see myself interviewing very interesting people. If you have a spiritual story to share, a transformative story, information around your journey that you've discovered, maybe you channel, maybe you've had experiences with ETs, maybe you have a lot of science behind something, you've researched something, maybe you know certain things because of your culture, I would love to interview you. I would love to interview you. So please let me know. And of course we would cross-promote, I would promote you on my channel and all those things. So I vividly see myself interviewing very interesting people, and I can hear myself, now I'm hearing, I can hear myself having informative, transformative, and empowering conversations. And I feel so proud and fulfilled. That I'm helping so many people, right? Because I'm not doing it for you. You're doing it for you. So many people heal and manifest their best lives. You ever notice the people that hate the word manifesting are also the people that have like the shittiest lives? Okay. Oh, it's woo-woo. Okay. Well, whatever. All right, step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. So please do that now. All right, I feel so much better knowing that it's the smoke. That's amazing. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm just gonna like clear, like I'm just gonna do some really big deep breath work and like visualize myself like releasing any like little bubblies out of my lungs and my energetic system. And I'll probably do some essential oil diffusing as well. Because I'm like, this is not an illness. Like, I can just tell the difference. It feels like allergies, but that makes sense. When I was little, my dad smoked cigarettes inside of the house back in the 80s, and I had a smoke-filled lung and pneumonia at the same time. I had to like live in a tent in the hospital for like a week straight or something crazy. They wouldn't let anybody come visit me. And my best friend pretended to be my sister so she could come visit me. And I'm just very sensitive to smoke. Yeah, we have air filters in our house. Ooh, 20,000. You guys are so sweet. It's even starting to affect my bronchial wheezing. Yeah, for me, it started as like a little tickle in my throat. And then I was like, well, maybe like after a couple of days, I was like, this is weird. And I was like, well, maybe it's like drainage, just like, you know, like when you have kind of sinus drainage, it kind of hits the throat type of vibes. And now I'm just like, this is like odd. Like, it's not. VIP Jamie says, gas station attendant told me to cleanse and ground yesterday. Ooh, I love that. Don't you love when you run into a spiritual person on the street? I do. One day I was having dinner at a restaurant here, and a girl was like, at the end of our meal, she was our waitress, and she was like, our server, she was like, do you want to pick like a tarot card? And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I have these tarot cards. Do you want to pick one? And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. I love when that happens. I told him he's a good guy. He is a good guy. All right, step 4 is to visualize. We're going to act out a scene. You just wrote down what you see, what you hear, what you feel, maybe what you touch, what you taste. So now you're going to enter into that scene. You're going to close your eyes. We're going to chakra breathe for a little bit. And when you enter into that scene, I'm going to stop talking after we chakra breathe. So immediately you are going to start moving your body. Maybe you're going to start speaking out loud. Maybe you're going to pretend you're hearing something, whatever it is you wrote down. And really use the whole body, tap in, right? And you're looking at it through your eyes. You're not watching a screen. You're not watching it play out in front of you like, oh, there you are on the movie screen. No, you are there. You're the leading star of the show. So you're looking at the person. You're doing the whatever, okay? VIP Jamie says, first patient's house, I opened this door and boom, dead mouse. That's what brought that on. Oh, I see. Interesting. What does it mean? All right, get the hand chakras glowing. I say glowing, but glowing works too. Hands on the heart, breathing into the front of the heart, through the nose. And on the exhale through the nose, we release the energy out of the heart space. Breathing into the front of the heart chakra, through the nose. Opening up the chakra, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun. And on the exhale, we bring this energy of the central sun to the center of our heart, breathing through the nose, letting the energy out of the heart space, letting any little dust bunnies out as well, letting out any smoke from the lungs, whatever's kind of causing us all to be a little bit allergied up. One more deep breath into the front of the heart chakra. Exhaling. Bringing your awareness and your attention now to the back of the heart chakra, breathing into the back of the heart chakra. Letting the energy go out of the back of the heart chakra. You might feel sensation between your shoulder blades when you do this. Breathing into the back of the heart chakra, opening it up, big, 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 wide, wide, wide. Touch the central sun. The central sun is like beautiful, high vibrational, warm, white light energy, and it comes into your chakra, your heart chakra, into your chakra system. Cleanses it. You release the energy out of the back of the heart space. One more deep breath on your own. And letting it go. All right, act out your scene. Do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I've got to do. And that's it. That's all you have to do. VIP Deborah, I was talking to you this time. So it's very simple. Just act out your scene. He said, what did you do? You need to cleanse and ground. That's cute. I love it. I love it. So many more people are really connecting with themselves and their energy, and that's really powerful. I mean, if you're a math nerd like me, you know what common denominators are, and energy is the common denominator, right? Things on my to-do list today, I wrote down, are finish the money masterclass, breaking free from your limiting beliefs around money, getting out of your own like limiting kind of like scarcity mindset. I'm going to create a quick interview list of like questions, and I'm going to send it out to the people that do want to interview with me, kind of to get the conversation going. So you guys watch for your emails there. And what else is I going to do? There's one other thing I really wanted to get done today. I think that's it. Those are the two like major things. Well, that's like a whole day, by the way, so not bad. I feel like it's, VIP Jamie says, I feel like it's a generalized realization that we are spiritual beings. It's like when you hear, I think what happens is like, maybe if you've never had that conversation with somebody before and then somebody says that to you, the first time there's like a knee-jerk reaction, if you're still sleeping specifically, where it's like, what? Like, what are you, like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? But like inside, if that person were to tap into their body, they would like, no, they would be like, oh yeah. And so like, there's just always for somebody a seed that is planted, right? There's a seed that's planted by somebody else, and then eventually everybody will wake up. Like more and more people are openly spiritual. Yeah, well, also because it's more welcomed, especially in like the age of Aquarius that we're in now, like Pluto and Aquarius, and like more people are, you're not being like ostracized or like sent to the stake for your gifts, which we all have, by the way. So like if every single person was gone because of their intuitive gifts, then there would be nobody existing on the planet. Like it doesn't even make sense. So yeah, exactly. All right, let's get on the energetic wave, you guys. Closing the eyes, deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. Maybe roll your neck, release your shoulders. One more deep breath in. Letting it go. Maybe today is the day that you create your energy checkbook and you become wildly aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. And if it's a negative thought, you have to write a shit ton of money onto that check, which kind of sucks because you're not going to get any money back for your investment. And if it's a really positive thought, then maybe you don't have to spend as much money, but you're going to get a really big return 10 times or something like that. All right. One hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the heart chakra, repeating these words out loud if you can and only silently if you must, because the words that you speak have serious power. So please say them with conviction from your solar plexus and love and intention from your heart. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. And you pick a thought, a feeling, a manifestation, you breathe it up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, the top of the head, making it big, 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 wide, wide, wide. Hold it at the top. Touch the central sun. Expand your energy out. Take up space. You deserve it. You are worthy. And on the exhale, you hold the thought, the vision. You see yourself taking action. You're patient. You're knowing. You're trusting. You're moving forward every single day, cementing it into the root. You guys are fast today in a clockwise fashion. One more time. I'm doing it with you. Breathing in. Feel the energy rising through your chakra system out of your crown. You're showing God, Source, Universe, Creator exactly what it is you desire. Filling in all of the blanks. Holding it at the top. Big, 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 wide, wide, wide. Hold it at the top. And on the exhale, you bring it down, 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 down. The chakra system, knowing, patiently, trusting, moving forward every day toward your dreams and goals. Cementing it into the root in a clockwise fashion. One more time, I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I, say your name, Lindsay, am worthy and deserving of it. Woo! You are on the energetic wave, my friends. I hope you have an amazing freaking day. I will see most of my Cosmic Collective members inside of Discord. Manifesting Club members, we manifest tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll send an email out today with that information. If you haven't watched your extended forecast for June 2025, you can go to YouTube at I'm Lindsay with Love and check it out. Please do me a solid and subscribe. I'm really working diligently to build out my YouTube channel as well as my TikTok channel. VIP Jewel says, I had someone approach me and my niece, and he looked at me and said, you already know, you don't need my message. Then went to my niece. Oh. What did he say to your niece? Hold on, VIP Jules. What did he say to your niece? That's a really powerful confirmation, by the way. It's kind of a message. It actually was a message in and of itself, which is trust yourself. Follow your intuition. You already know, right? What did he say to your niece? Oh my gosh, now I feel like I'm on like the edge, like just, I'm hanging here in suspense. Jules, did you leave? What the heck? Telling her about her guardian angel and what her aura says about her. Oh, so amazing. Can you drop it in the Discord? I'd love to hear more. For those of you that want to spend time with my energy, that need guidance, that need help out of your stuck loops, that you don't have spiritual friends, and maybe you're ready to have tons of spiritual friends. Guess what? Inside the Cosmic Collective, everybody is cool as hell, first of all. They're all really empowered, and they're creating all these different lives, but they're so beautiful and unique to them, and so maybe you want to hang out. Wow, VIP Deborah says, all right, you guys, have a great day. I'll see most of you inside of Discord, and I'll see some of you back here tomorrow, and I'll be posting today as well on TikTok. Love you all. Bye. Goodbye to my YouTubers. Have a great day.